You know that friend who always cancels plans? The one who's sick again, tired again, maybe next time? Yeah, that friend isn't avoiding you. They're protecting someone who genuinely gets more excited about a Friday night in pajamas than a Friday night out. Welcome. You're about to feel very sick. Today, we're breaking down the psychology of people who love staying at home. The one society calls boring, but science calls something else entirely. Keep it real for a second. In a world that is obsessed with grinding, networking, and posting, every single movement on Instagram, staying home feels like a rebellious act. You might have asked yourself, is there something wrong with me? Am I depressed? Why does everyone else seem to love the club when I just want to be on my couch? The truth is, you aren't broken. You are just operating on a different operating system. Let's talk about the social battery. We throw that slang around a lot, but it's rooted in real neurochemistry. Extroverts are like solar panels. They need to be out in the sun, the noise, the crowds, the chaotic energy, to charge up. If they sit alone in the dark, they lose power. But you are like a rechargeable battery that plugs into a wall outlet. You hold a charge perfectly fine, but the moment you step out that door, you start leaking energy. Every conversation, every fake smile, every loud noise drains you. And home? Home is the only charger that actually works. Psychologists call this optimal arousal theory. It sounds technical, but it's actually super simple. Everyone has a sweet spot for stimulation. Some people have a high threshold. They need the bass dropping and the lights flashing just to feel normal. But for people who love staying home, your baseline is already higher. You pick up on everything. You notice the mood in the room, the flickering light, the weird tone in someone's voice. A loud bar isn't exciting to you. It's sensory overload. It's not laziness, and it's definitely not fear. It's just that your nervous system is a high-performance engine that overheats in traffic. You prefer the open road of silence. But there is a deeper layer here, and it's about control. The outside world is pure RNG, random number generation. It's unpredictable. You go out and you have to deal with bad service, sticky floors, expensive drinks, and small talk with people who don't actually care how your day was. It's exhausting. But your crib? Your apartment? That is your fortress of solitude. You are the god of that universe. You control the thermostat, the lighting, the volume, and most importantly, the vibe. For people with high-functioning anxiety or just high sensitivity, that control isn't a luxury. It's survival. When you get home and immediately swap the jeans for sweatpants, that's not just physical comfort. That is your brain signaling safety. It's you taking off the mask you wear for the rest of the world. And don't let anyone tell you that staying home is doing nothing. Studies actually show that people who enjoy solitude tend to be more creative and better at problem solving. History is full of geniuses who are massive homebodies. Why? Because you can't hear your own inner voice when you're screaming over the music at a party. The best ideas are born in the quiet moments, in the shower, while cooking, or staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. Staying home is often where you process the world. It's where you turn information into wisdom. You aren't rotting in bed. You are incubating ideas. Now we have to address the FOMO, fear of missing out. Society sells us this idea that if you aren't out every weekend, you're wasting your youth. But people who love staying home have unlocked the ultimate cheat code, JOMO. The joy of missing out, it's that incredibly satisfying feeling when plans get cancelled and you get your night back. It's realizing that your peace is more expensive than a cheap night out. You don't need external validation to feel happy. You don't need an audience. You are self-sufficient. And honestly, that is a flex. That is a level of confidence most people chase their whole lives. However, we gotta keep it a buck. There is a fine line between a sanctuary and a cage. Psychology reminds us that we have to check our motives. Are you staying home because it genuinely fills your cup, or because the world feels too heavy? If your home is a place of peace, rituals, and creativity, that's healthy solitude. But if staying home is just a way to avoid anxiety or hide from rejection, that's isolation. One is restorative. The other is a trap. It's important to know the difference. But for those of you who truly just love the vibe of your own space, who find magic in a morning coffee ritual or a late night documentary binge. You aren't missing out. You're just living deep instead of wide. Psychologists call this a low stimulation preference. It means your inner world is so rich, so vivid, and so entertaining that you don't need the circus outside to keep you occupied. You are your own best company. So, if you are someone who turns down invitations without guilt, who feels genuinely happy on a solo Saturday, who'd rather rewatch your comfort show than make memories with strangers, you're not broken. You're just wired for depth over noise, for peace over performance. Tell me in the comments right now, do you stay home because you love it? Or do you think we are all just making excuses to avoid people? Be honest. And listen, if you want the psychology that most people never hear about, themselves, the stuff, that explains why you feel like an old soul in a fast world, the next video is going to hit you harder than this one. It dives into why being a lone wolf is actually a superpower. Click it. You'll understand why.